Hi there, it's Wendy with Ask the Landlady, and I'm here with all the tips and tricks to help you make a profit in real estate rentals. And today's question is, how should landlords and landladies deal with common plumbing problems? Okay, this can be the bane of our existence. So I would say when you look at your maintenance work orders that are put in, probably 70% have to deal with plumbing issues. And there's a few things that you want to do to try to make life easier for yourself and for the tenant. So in this situation, the first one that kind of comes up that is a little bit controversial, and that is clogged toilets. I don't know about you, but I don't want to deal with somebody's clogged toilet. So it is in my lease that I don't take care of clogged toilets. That's usually an issue caused by the tenant and needs to be addressed by the tenant, especially if you already know that your systems are working well. What a lot of savvy landladies and landlords, and I've done this in the past, has provided everybody with a welcome basket or welcome cleaning supplies and a welcome little plunger, right? So if they call you up, say, use that plunger, check out a YouTube video and take care of that issue yourself. If it's something where it gets tricky and you have to call out a plumber, then you have information in your lease that says that the tenant is responsible for that fee, especially if they're throwing something down that toilet that shouldn't be there. And I do have a separate video about that, so check that out here on YouTube, and check out my book while we're talking about it, because I talk about it in there too, Lessons from the Landlady, out on Amazon. Okay, so clogged toilets, controversial. I put at least a clause in there, and I recommend that you do the same thing. Number two is a slow sink or tub drains. Obviously that's something that just happens over time, and you want to address that. A lot of times you can talk to your tenant, maybe go over and try some Drano. You can talk to them about not putting grease down the sink and how to properly clean. You can run a snake and use some chemicals, and again, that's something that you can ask your tenant to do before you do a service call, especially if you're just a mom and pop trying to do this on your own and it might be difficult for you to get there. It is something you can talk to them about, about trying some Drano first and then going to that next level if you have to get a plumber. Number three is running toilets, which is the bane of every landlord and landlady that pays the water bill. So, and of course for your tenant, if they pay the water bill, they don't want that cost either. So again, this is where you want a clause in your lease, especially if you're paying that water bill, that it is their responsibility to let you know as soon as they detect a running toilet, because that's something that you need to jump on, especially if you're paying the water. It can wreak havoc on that bill in just a few days' time. So you want to have that clause in there. Same thing with number four, which is leaky faucets, because again, that drip is going to add up. So you want them to let you know so that you can get that fixed. And those are things that you can have a maintenance person do. You can watch a YouTube video. Those are generally some simple fixes to get that running toilet back in action, so it's not constantly running the water, and to get put some washers in your sink or a new faucet so that you're not having that issue. Number five is much more traumatic and difficult to deal with, and that is leaking pipes. So if you have water pipes leaking under your sink cabinet, for example, that can create quite a mess in a short amount of time, especially if they don't report it to you. So again, a lease clause that says you want to be informed of these water issues, because that can just rot out the whole bottom of your cabinet, and they move out and you're like, what the heck? They had a water leak under there and never told us. So you want that lease clause in there, because then they're on the hook for the damage if they didn't report that. So you want the policies in place that might tell them the costs associated with that if they don't inform you. So that's something that you want to do when you have that lease conversation right up front. We go through all this stuff. It's not a 5-minute sign the lease and go. You want to educate your tenants, because some of them may not have lived a place before. They may have come right from their parents' house. They don't know how to take care of a home and how to take care of systems. And just by providing them with some pointers up front and going over that lease that says you're not going to pay for clogs in the toilet, and some simple things they can do to keep things running without grease in the sink and those types of things, you're just going to be much better off overall, because again, that's going to be like 75% of your work orders unless you get a handle on that and get some systems in place. So again, it's not easy to be a landlady and landlord, and there's always issues that we have to deal with. So shoot me a comment. Do you have to deal with plumbing issues? What's your worst plumbing issue story ever? I would love to hear about it. Thanks. Have a great day.